Unit 20 North Carolina Key Point Review. Asbestos is a mineral composed of fibers that have fireproofing and insulating qualities. Asbestos is a health hazard when fibers break down and are inhaled. Asbestos has been banned for use in insulation since 1978. Encapsulation can prevent asbestos fibers from becoming airborne. Lead can be found in pipes, pipe solder, paints, air, and soil. Lead-based paint is found in many of the housing units built before 1978. Lead accumulates in the body and can damage the brain, nervous system, kidneys, and blood. The Lead-Based Paint Hazard Reduction Act of 1992 requires disclosure of known lead-based paint hazards to most potential buyers or renters by owners, landlords, and/or agents. Real estate brokers provide buyers and lessees with a pamphlet created by EPA, HUD, and the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. Since 2010, renovation and repair that disturbs lead-based paint must be done by certified vendors. Radon is an odorless, colorless, radioactive gas produced by the natural decay of radioactive substances in the ground and is found throughout the United States. Radon gas may cause lung cancer. Testing for radon in buildings is not a federal requirement. The presence of radon at levels of 4.0 picocuries or greater must be disclosed. Formaldehyde, described as a hazardous air pollutant in the Clean Air Act amendments of 1990, is used for building and household products such as urea formaldehyde foam insulation and may cause respiratory problems, eye and skin irritations, and possibly cancer. Since 1985, it has been regulated by HUD for use in wood products. Carbon monoxide, a colorless, odorless gas that is byproduct of fuel burning, is produced by furnaces, water heaters, space heaters, fireplaces, and wood stoves. May cause carbon monoxide poisoning, which can result in death unless the gas is properly vented, and is detectable with available carbon monoxide detectors, which may be required by state law. Electromagnetic fields are produced by all electrical appliances. High-voltage electrical lines producing EMFs are under investigation for health risks. Groundwater is found under the Earth's surface and forms the water table. The Safe Drinking Water Act of 1974 regulates the public drinking water supply. On property transfers, any water source other than a municipal supply should be tested, as should any septic system. Underground storage tanks, which contain petroleum products, industrial chemicals, and other substances, are a concern because the leakage may imperil both public and private water sources. USTs are subject to federal law and state law. The EPA regulates the federal US program. When a property purchase is being considered, a careful inspection of any property on which USTs are suspected should be conducted. Waste disposal sites can be owned by municipalities, be part of commercial enterprises, or be found on farms and other rural properties. A landfill disposal site, whether excavated or making use of previously mined property, is lined to prevent seepage, capped with soil for aesthetic reasons, and vented to release gases created by decomposing waste. Mold is present in the air everywhere, and grows in the presence of moisture, oxygen, and a cellulosic food source. Some molds can cause serious health problems. The EPA has guidelines for remediation and/or cleanup of mold and moisture problems in schools and commercial buildings. Real estate brokers should recommend a mold inspection if mold is evident or suspected because of water problems. The Comprehensive Environmental Response, Compensation, and Liability Act is administered and enforced by the EPA. CERCLA established a superfund to clean up uncontrolled hazardous waste sites. Identifies potential responsible parties. Established liability as follows. Strict liability where the landowner has no defense to the responsibility for cleanup. Joint and several liability in which each of several landowners is responsible for the entire cleanup. Retroactive liability where the present owner and previous owners are responsible. Defined when innocent landowner immunity applies. Environmental liability issues for real estate professionals include the following. Discovery of environmental hazards that includes questioning the owner, recommending an environmental audit, and an environmental impact statement, as required for federally funded projects and by the state or locality, if required. Disclosure of environmental hazards is a material fact regarding property condition. North Carolina-specific environmental legislation includes North Carolina Leaking Petroleum Underground Storage Tanks Cleanup Act, North Carolina Coastal Area Management Act, Mountain Ridge Protection Act, North Carolina Dredge and Fill Act, and North Carolina Sediment Pollution Control Act.